What is your most embarrassing moment? So I didn't know that when I landed on all fours, my dress had ridden up and my panties were out, and I didn't wear tights that day, and I was just there for like 5 minutes, and I was laughing, and they were laughing, and I didn't know that my panties were out and my bum bum was out, and it was when my friend shouted, "Annabelle, stand up!" And I checked, oh my god, and then I looked up, and some teachers were upstairs. I was like, oh my god. How many boyfriends do you have? Like, really? With this innocent face you're seeing on the screen right now, do I look like someone who can date multiple guys? Do I? Do I? Good morning, lovelies. Good morning, my YouTube family. So, I know I'm like quite far from this camera, but I decided to shoot an outdoor video for you guys today. And on today's episode of Moments with Annabelle Dumbi, you asked me some questions. So I'm basically coming here to give you guys answers about myself. Like, it's more like get to know the host of this channel. So, guys, I hope you love the lovely environment. It's so peaceful. And to add this, I'm shooting this video in the University of Ibadan, as I'll be answering your questions, the questions you sent to my DM to come on here and answer. So I'm basically going to be giving answers to some personal questions, but it's for my family, it's for my YouTube family, because you guys are not just subscribers, you are my family, and I love you guys so much. Basically, me going through all these questions, I'm like, oh my god, am I going to provide answers to all of this? Let's get right to it. Hey, lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Moments with Annabelle Jumbi. I always love to welcome back my returning viewers, and if you're new here, you're welcome. I'm Annabelle, and I love you so much. Mwah. So, on today's episode, I literally asked you guys to send a couple of questions to my DM because I wanted to do a get to know me video, get to know the host of this channel video for you guys. And I'm so super excited because you guys turned up. You came up with a couple of questions for me to bring to your screen to put on here to answer. So I am literally here to answer your questions, guys. I'm literally here to answer your questions. And I decided to do an outdoor video today because I just felt like I needed a change of environment. So let's dive straight to it. But before then, um I have this kind of mouth here to, kind of wet my throat as I'm talking to you guys. And I hope you join me. This is not an advert for multi now, but I hope you join me. So let's begin. Let's start with our first question, but pardon me to open my kind of mouth, you know. So pardon that, guys. So getting straight into the first question. First, I have to add this. There are so many questions about my modeling, and I'm like, oh, so you guys are so interested in my modeling. I was so super excited to see these questions because I was expecting questions like, what do you do for fun? Do you go out often? Do you have a boyfriend? Although I got lots of questions on, do you have a boyfriend? There was really one question kind of related to, do you have a boyfriend? But this person twisted it in a way, and I'm like, what? But we're gonna get to that part. Let's do this. First question. Hi, Annabelle. Just being inquisitive. What or who inspired you to be a content creator? Okay. Actually, I've not really thought about content creation in that sense, but I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. You know, when I go on YouTube, I watch channels like Kelly Stamps, Toke Makinwa, Lucy Benson, and the likes, and I just enjoy watching them. And I know that someday I want to have my own channel on YouTube. But one thing that I could have started this like last year or the year before last, but one thing that really hindered me starting was the fact that I didn't have a very sharp camera system. And I know that I can't just come on YouTube and give you guys like this is the 21st century door. I can't just come here and give you guys low quality videos. So I had to wait until the time that I was able to get a really good device that could give me at least an average, an average good quality video that I could bring on here. So basically, I've always wanted to be that because I'm this kind of person that likes expressing myself, and I feel that I've always wanted people to come, online to watch me talk. So that was basically what inspired my YouTube channel. I didn't even know that I could monetize YouTube. When the thought came to start up a channel, I didn't know anything about monetization, to be honest. It's now I'm beginning to find out, oh, so YouTube pays this good. Okay, we're going to get that. We're going to get there. So basically, that's it. Now, linking it to the other question, why did you become a model? This one, guys, basically when I was little, I remember when I was little, okay, I have this walking step that's peculiar to me. Like I walk really well. When I walk, people compliment the way I walk. So growing up as a little kid, I had people ask, "You want to become a model?" Blah blah blah. Have you ever thought of going into modeling? But then I was a very smart kid. So what was in my head was I want to become a lawyer. My first profession was I want to become a pilot, and then I moved on to law later. And so I never really thought about modeling, right? Although I got compliments from lots of people about the way I walk. And how did I become a model? I was already in school, 100 level. So there was just this particular night, I had just broken up with my very first boyfriend. So I wanted to distract myself with other things. So I was just going through Instagram on this particular night, and I came across this post that said models apply with I can't really quite remember, but I some people had already applied, and there was this particular video that caught my attention. I'm like, I like this. And the next morning, you know what I did? I got up from my bed, I had my bath, I applied makeup on my face, I packed a couple of clothes in my bag, I went to a makeup studio, I carried my money and I paid and I took some shots. And boom, voila, I'm here. And that's how I became a model. Honestly and seriously. So becoming a model was not something that was, that was in like it's inbuilt because I feel that was the point I got to discover that I could do this thing so well. But becoming a model was not something that I had in mind since I was a little girl. No, it wasn't. It just came. It just came. So without wasting too much time on this, let's move on right to the next question. I hope I answered your question. So the next question reads, how do you know what to do during your modeling session? Is it from training or it's natural? Okay. Now I have to admit it, no matter how good you are, or no matter how good you think you are, or no matter how talented you think you are, you still need some form of training because when you're starting out, you're going to be a little bit rusty, trust me. So you still need some form of training. So over the years, I've been self taught. There was a point in my life I was actually attending runway trainings. I was actually walking as a runway model, but I didn't really specialize in that because God no dash me height and my body type doesn't really fit into runway modeling. So um I got into other aspects of modeling instead. So basically, how do I know what to do during my modeling session? It just comes because it's inbuilt. I believe it's inbuilt. It's God's gift. And also from training. I do a lot of self training. I go online, I watch videos of supermodels, top models in the face modeling field, in the fashion modeling field, in the commercial modeling field. I search for top agencies, that have really good models. I watch their videos, I train myself. So basically, that's what I do. Moving on to the next question. What is your most embarrassing moment? Okay. I don't think I've ever had an embarrassing moment as an adult, but I can remember one so clear. I was in my junior secondary school, GSS 3 to be precise. So I was out with my friends. It was past closing time, and I was quite popular in secondary school because I was a really smart kid. So we were there was this podium at the back of our school. So I and my friends were kind of jumping down, just playing, having fun. So it got to my turn and then I jumped down. So when I jumped from the podium, it was like maybe um 3, 4 feet high. So when I jumped down, I landed on my hands. So I was like on all fours and I was laughing. My friends were laughing and I was laughing. And I didn't know that my because our uniform was a dress, a short dress. So I didn't know that when I landed on all fours, my dress had ridden up and my panties were out, and I didn't wear tights that day, and I was just there for like 5 minutes, and I was laughing, and they were laughing, and I didn't know that my panties were out and my bum bum was out, and it was when my friend shouted, "Annabelle, stand up!" And I checked, oh my god. And then I looked up and some teachers were upstairs. I was like, oh my god. So literally for me to still remember that moment up until now, because that was like maybe is it up to 10 years? No, maybe 8, 9 years ago. Then it was really embarrassing for me, like really, really embarrassing. I literally didn't want to go to school the next day and see my teachers, but I had to go to school and I just had to get it off my mind. So basically, that's my most embarrassing moment. So the next question we have here is, how many boyfriends do you have? Like, really? With this innocent face you're seeing on the screen right now, do I look like someone who can date multiple guys? Do I? Do I? Anyway, guys, well, the answer to that question is zero because I'm actually single. And don't ask me why. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why anyway. I think we are in a generation of emotionally unavailable people. Everyone just wants to have flings and do casual dating and move on to the next person. And yeah, I'm a 21st century girl, but I think I wasn't built that way. God built me with the heart of the 1900s because I value emotional connection a lot. And until I get that, until I get someone who's actually willing to do the time, I think I'm gonna remain single. Yeah. So hope that answers your question. So the next question on this list is, do giveaway boss, like alpha. Have you guys forgotten that Buhari just left the presidential seat, like Sakpa plus Sakpa Pro Max. Do you get? But just because you guys have mentioned, don't worry. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do giveaway on this channel. So make sure to tell your friends to subscribe to my channel and to come watch Annabelle Dumbi, to come have moments with Annabelle Dumbi. Moving on to the next question. Um, what has been the greatest challenge so far in your career? Oh my god, the sun is coming out. I came out here as early as 8 a.m. to come and make this video. So the sun doesn't make me howl, but I guess, well. Anyway, to answer your question, what has been the greatest challenge in my career as a model? Well, I think the greatest challenge so far is gaining name and popularity. You know, it's been really hard because I know I'm good. I know I'm good. Go onto my Instagram and watch my videos. I know I'm good at what I do, But gaining name, popularity, getting big brands to want to work with you, that's been my greatest challenge so far. I wasn't where I was 2 years ago in my career, but I'm not where I want to be yet. But I know with God's grace. Hey, what did I say? Okay, by God's grace, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Definitely on God, I'm going to get there. So, moving on to the next question. I hope I answered your question though, because I know my lovely viewers are gonna be here watching this. Everyone who decided to drop a question for me, I know you're here watching this, so I hope I've answered every one of your questions really, really well so far. So, moving on to the next question. It reads, how long have you been modeling? I started modeling. I gave you a story a few minutes ago about how I got into modeling, how I just picked up my bag, went to the studio, had my makeup done with my own hands. Like the makeup was really whack. I wish I could bring one of those pictures right on the screen, but I don't have them on this. I don't think I have them on any of my devices anymore. So basically it was December of 2018. Yeah, that's how long I've been modeling for. That was when I actually started, when I got up from my bed and decided I was going to become a model. Okay, next one. You guys asked, why do you like dropping motivational quotes or expressing yourself through words, through writing about relationship a lot, heartbreak or experience? Oh my god, is this because of my last video? I really can't fathom this question. Like, I've only just dropped one video on relationship and heartbreak on my YouTube. Well, I'm very sure this question is from someone on my WhatsApp, because I go on WhatsApp a lot to write about, relationship, blah blah blah. Anyway, um, to be quite honest, everyone has gone through one breakfast or the other. So yeah, maybe from both experience, but I just feel I should bring out, I feel everybody has different time at which they experience different things in their lives. So I just feel like I should bring my experience to the online space to help someone who is currently passing through that experience. I hope it answers your question. Anyway, moving on to the final question of the day, the final question of the day, the final question of the day. What's the final question of the day? How do you combine your modeling jobs with school and 9 to 5? Okay, this one is going to be quite long. Okay, so when I started modeling, then 100, 200 level, we used to have this, because I'm an engineer, to be studying to become an industrial engineer in the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. So when I started modeling in my early years, like 100 level, 200 level, we had this really large class. Even 300 level, we had this really large class. So anytime I get shoots, I'd have my friends write my name on attendance list. So it wasn't really so stressful or tedious, because it was a large class. So nobody notices whether you're present or absent. Your friend could easily write your name on the attendance sheet. Sometimes they could easily write tests for you. No one has written tests for me before. But then when I have tests and all of that, I do not go. I don't even get shoots often then as I do now. So but when I got to 400 level, I had to take a break, because in 400 level, as an engineering student, you only get to spend one semester in school. And I knew that I really, really needed to up my grades. So I took a break. I didn't go for any shoots. I didn't accept any shoots. I was just going to class, strictly class. So after my 400 level, boom, I started going for shoots, like almost back to back to back. And then I started my IT, a 6 months IT. So basically, um I manage it well. My IT is basically a 9 to 5 office job. So I have my weekends. I go to the office from Mondays to Thursdays, so I have like Fridays to Sundays to myself. So whenever I get shoots, if you really want to use me, if you've gone through my portfolio and you think, oh, this is the model I really, really want to use, I tell them, oh, this is when I'm available, Fridays to Sundays, and most times that's when I go for my shoots. So basically, it's about you managing your time, knowing what works for you, and all of that. So I really do hope this answers your question. So, guys, we've come to the end of the session of Moments with Annabelle. Get to know the host of this channel. I really do hope you guys enjoyed watching me today, and I hope you enjoyed the fact that I did something different. I decided to make an outdoor video, to blend with nature and come on here to talk to you guys and, express how much I love you guys in nature. What am I saying? But basically, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on another episode of Moments with Annabelle Dumbi. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button because 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 do not forget to click on the subscribe button. So, guys, I love you so much. The sun is up already. Oh my god, I'm squinting already. So I hope you loved today's video. Bye.